Going on, everybody? Angry Tech is back once again. This is a special edition. We're gonna fix this tablet. We're gonna do some soldering today. What's soldering? Let's get into it. Alright, so first we're gonna need our tablet battery. We're gonna need, of course, some screwdrivers. A couple of screwdrivers. We're gonna need a soldering wick or desoldering wick. This is to desolder. You'll see what I mean after that. We're also gonna need solder. We're gonna need some soldering flux. We're gonna, of course, need the soldering iron. We might need this magnifying glass with the LED, but we'll get into that in just a minute. And, of course, we're going to need some plastic picks to open up this tablet. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat up our soldering iron. We're just going to turn it on. Okay, so let that heat up for a while. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Let's put this to the side. Let's focus on this tablet right here. So basically the thing that's wrong with this tablet is the charging port is not working. It needs a new charging port. The battery is depleted. There is no battery power at all whatsoever, so that's why we have a battery. First thing we want to do is open up this tablet. So how are we going to open up this tablet? Let's focus the camera right here. Right here, close. We're going to just open up this micro SD slot real quick. Open that up. Next, what we do is we're going to just slightly, there we go, take that and just pry it out. We're just gonna pry this, just gonna take the back off of this tablet. It's actually real simple to open it. Okay, I have a screen protector on my tablet, by the way, so it's not a good idea to not have a screen protector and face it down like that. You can scratch it, so what I suggest, if you want to make a repair, put it on top of a piece of cloth so you don't scratch the display. Alright, so there we go. Next step, we want to basically just take our pick again and just kind of just want to basically take this off. So we just have to find, there we go. Take that, turn it around, take the pick and just pick it out. There you go. Make sure you just try to get that open. If one side doesn't work, try to do the other side. There we go. So far we're making good progress. Okay. Well, okay, so that plastic is not really the right answer for that. So we're really just going to pry it out with the small little Phillips screwdriver, if I could find it. Or we could pry it out with this piece of plastic. There we go. So we're just going to put it in there and just slide it there. Pry it out a little bit. It takes a little time, but with a little bit of patience, you can pry it out. And you can just do the rest like this. So we're gonna take that out, put that to the side. Now here we go. Here's our main focus, our tablet. We're just gonna grab one of these Phillips screwdrivers, wherever it may be. Oh, here it goes. And we're gonna screw out the battery first. So let's just screw this out real quick. Alright, so that's one battery. And I like to be fancy and use tweezers to just take that out. Oops. There we go. Put that to the side. Okay, so we're just gonna screw the battery out first because we're gonna replace that anyways. So, and plus we need to take out the logic board because that's what we're gonna be working on. So let's just go ahead and take these out. Alright. And I think this might be the last screwdriver right here. Alright. And you could just basically, pop it out if you want to. Okay. So there goes our old battery. We're just going to put that to the side. So next what we want to do, of course, is pop out these ribbon cables. So we're going to go back to our pry tool. And we're just going to take out these ribbon cables. Okay, so that's one right there. One right here. I think this is our front facing camera. If I'm not mistaken, yes, this is the front facing camera. Okay. This is for the headphone jack. This is for the volume and the power button, if I'm not mistaken. And this is for, I think, the display, if I'm not mistaken either. Okay, so we're just gonna take our screwdriver again because we have to unscrew the logic board out the tablet. So let's go ahead and unscrew that. Whoa, it's a little bit stuck in there. Gotta put some elbow grease in there. So let's go ahead and take that out. There we go. Okay. This comes off also. Alright, so while I'm here, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, comment. I'll answer any question you want. Just drop some comments, questions, concerns, whatever you have. Visit my Facebook page at The Angry Tech. Visit my Twitter at The Angry Tech 1. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, there shouldn't be any more screws here. Let's try to pry this out. Let's take our logic board and pry it out. Okay. Oh, there's another one right there. Okay, so let's unscrew this right here. There we go. Okay, so there goes our logic board. It is okay. I see what. There's another screw too right here where the charging port is at. So let's just take those out. Sorry about that, my phone was acting up a little bit, so we had to take the screw out. Next screw we're gonna take out is this one. Whoop. Okay, there we go. So now let's just take the screws that we have, put them on the side. I'll let you just put them inside one of these bags. Put them in one of these bags over here. So take our screws, put them to the side, take out the logic board, the guts of the phone. Oop, let's watch the camera. Let's just put the camera back in there. Put this to the side. So we are going to replace this small little charger port right there. This, we have to take that out. By doing that, basically we have to desolder it. So what are we gonna do? Let's just take this out real quick with the little Phillips screwdriver. If I could find it, I should have been prepared to do this, but that's alright. Well, we don't need a Phillips, we could just see that in there. Let's just kind of push that out. Let's kind of take our tweezers and just... Well, that's not going to work, obviously. I need a small Phillips screwdriver. Or I could use one of these. We just have to take this out, pry it out. There we go. Just want to take this off. So there we go. This comes off. So now here comes the fun part. Taking this charger port out is somewhat of a mission, but it can be done. So let's empty this desk. We're gonna have our solder, which we're gonna use in a minute. We're not gonna use it now. Here's our soldering iron. Okay, so use your focus right there. Right there. No, on top. There you go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna desolder this. We're gonna take the solder out. So the first thing we do is we're gonna take our flux. I need you to focus that. My cameraman right there. He's the best cameraman, the best. And we're gonna take soldering flux and just put some drops here. You could never have enough soldering flux. We're gonna have to take that solder out of there, take that charging port, and basically replace it with a new charging port, which is right here. So this is our new charging port. This right here. That's what we're gonna replace that with. Let's take it out the plastic so you can see. Okay? So that's what we have to replace that with. That. Alright, so let's focus on desoldering this. Now this is really hot. So here's what we're gonna do. Focus it right there, Jaden, close. Take the solder wick and just we're gonna desolder it. Okay. So far we're doing good. Oops. Excuse me. Alright, so leave that there for a while. Don't be scared if it starts to boil. That's perfectly normal. We just want to take the solder out. We want to desolder it. Actually looks kind of cool with all those bubbles. Okay. You don't want to get it near any other chips or anything like that. So what you want to do is you just want to keep on doing it. To be persistent with this. Okay, and we just take our solder iron, clean that off. Clean off any solder or any flux. Okay, so very good. And what you want to do is put some more flux on it. You can never have enough flux, so don't be scared to use it. It's gonna take several, coats of soldering. Not coats, but it's gonna take several applications of soldering flux to desolder this. So you just have to keep on. You really want to just take that solder out so we can take out that charging port. The wick gets a little bit hot, so you have to watch it. It takes several, it'll take a little while before you get all the solder out of there. But with enough persistence and with enough time, it'll be done. There we go. That solder is almost coming off. We just want to desolder it. We just want to take that charging port out. Which we're doing pretty good so far. Woo! Don't be scared, smoke comes out. It's perfectly normal. We just want to desolder it. That's all we want to do. And it's almost done actually. It's almost gonna desolder. It takes a little bit of time. Take your time. Don't get all crazy with it. See, it's desoldering so far. Okay, it looks a little sloppy. Focus it on top, Jaden. It looks a little sloppy, but when we clean it up, that's what alcohol is for. So let's just go ahead and put a little more flux. Okay. Put some more soldering flux. I told you this is a special edition of the Angry Tech episode right here. There we go. Okay. So far we're doing pretty good. Takes a little time. It takes a little time. So we're back again. For some reason, every 10 minutes, the recording stops. I have no idea why. But let's just go ahead and get back to our desoldering. Okay, there we go. I think we're doing pretty good so far. Okay. That's one side. Two sides. You want to get all four sides. I think we're doing a pretty good job at desoldering here. What do you say, Jaden?
I'm sure it's pretty good.
Alright, so don't worry about that looking sloppy. Now what you don't want to do is you don't want to clean it off with a cotton ball because flux is very, very sticky. And the cotton will stick to that. So I came up with a solution. I'll just grab a rag. The best thing to do is to grab a pair of boxer shorts, boxer underwears, and clean it off like that. I have a little bit of alcohol right here. This will clean the flux off. And go ahead, focus right there. We're just going to clean off the black stuff right there. Alright, so it's not going to look as sloppy. It's not going to look bad. It's actually pretty clean. Okay. Charging port is almost out of there. It's going to be a little mission to get it off. But that's alright. Now we're going to go to the other side. Let's see if it'll come off. No. It's not going to come off just yet. Let's desolder this side here. You don't want to go back here and desolder that because you could really mess up the charging port connection. So that we don't want to do. So let's just grab some flux. Let's just put it right here. See where that's at? Just two small little drops will do. We're going to grab our soldering iron. Take the wick. Focus that right there. There you go. And we're just going to desolder this right there. Okay, so we're just going to desolder. Maybe a little bit more flux would do. Let's just focus on this first, this side. Okay. Let's just go ahead and do that. And let's put some more flux. Let's put some flux over here. You know, like I said, you can never put too much flux. Flux is a good thing. Alright. Put our desolder wick right here. Okay, this is going to be a pain. There we go. We got it right there. We have to take all that solder out. Let's just take it out. Take a look at it, and it's desoldered. I see that it's desoldered. Almost desoldered. Almost. Let's not get too happy now. Let's try to pick it. Ooh, it's hot. Let's try to pry this out. Nope, it's not doing it yet. It takes a little work. It takes a little time to do it, but with enough patience and persistence, it could be done. Okay, so let's check. Is this desoldered? Let's put some more flux on here. Oh, okay. We don't want to put too much flux on there, and we don't want to put flux on the back of the charging port. Don't want to do that. Okay, let's just go ahead and put that there. Let's desolder this. Alright, I like when the solder flux bubbles up. I don't know why. It's just cool. It just looks cool. Alright. Oops. My solder wick is acting up a little bit. So let's just do that one more time. Put that there. Let that solder just... And we're going to put one more coat of flux just over here real quick. Just one more application of flux. Just to make sure we desolder everything. Alright, so let's focus right here. This is, I think, the hardest part is desoldering it. Okay, so let's just... Oops, this is a little bit difficult. There we go. Okay, so focus on top shading. Woo! And let's go back down here to this, because we have to take these. We have to desolder these four, and they are almost desoldered. It's almost done. It's almost done. Okay, take the flux. Put a nice amount. Put a nice good application on that flux. And seems like this is used up, so we're just gonna cut some of this off. Cut the used part off, and we're going to keep trying to desolder. So we're gonna keep on, and I think this should be not the end, but okay, there we go. Oh, my wick keeps flying off. That's all right. Let's go ahead and I could see that a lot of the solder is off already, but it has to be completely off, because if it's not, the charger port's not going to come out. So this is like the worst step. After this is going to be the easy part. Okay, there we go. Put some more flux in there. Put some more flux here too. Make sure you get that solder. There we go. Okay, so a lot of the solder looks like it's off already. But let's just give it one more flux, one more application of flux. I'm going to do one corner at a time. We're going to do this one first. Okay. We're going to do one corner at a time. It takes a lot of applications of flux to get this thing out for some reason. It's just a pain in the butt sometimes. It really is. There you go. This corner looks like it needs an extra application. Let's put a nice good amount this time. Okay. When you're smoking, you know you're doing something right. Okay. Let's just go ahead and do that. So let's try to pry this off. Hopefully that'll work. Because I see a lot of it is desoldered. A lot of it is whoa, you can burn yourself here. Oops. You definitely could burn yourself if you're not careful. Ah, there we go. Alright, so it's coming off. There it goes. That's the charging port. You see how it is? Alright, so there we go. So there goes the old charging port. Okay. Alright, so our next step is to just clean this off. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and clean off all the flux, all this brown stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, so that's one side. Let's just clean it off a little more. Some alcohol, of course. Make sure it's nice and clean. Clean this side also. Let's see. I think that's good. Let's do a little bit more clean. Let's clean this off a little more. Make sure you get all that flux out, just in case. Now we still have to desolder some of these. We still have to desolder these two corners right here. This and that has to be desoldered. There's still more solder in there. So we're just going to take some more flux. We're going to take some flux here. Yeah, put a little more. Why not? You can never have too much flux. And just get the desoldering. So let's take this solder out of here. Still soldering those holes. We need those holes because we have to put the charger port inside those 4 holes. So that's why we need all that solder out of there. Go ahead and clean off that flux. We have to take out that solder from those holes. There's still more solder in there. If some flux gets on the chips, that's totally fine. You can just clean those chips out. Clean those chips. It's not gonna harm it. Okay. We need some more flux. Need some more flux. Oh, there you go. Let's go ahead and apply some flux right there. It's a little bit of a job to watch it. Oh, I don't want to burn you. It's a mission to desolder sometimes. It really is, but once you do it, it feels so good. Trust me. Let's turn it over. And let's just go ahead and desolder it from this side. Okay, very good. I think I got some solder out of there. And there's some on this side too. I don't want to solder any of these small little things right there. That's why I'm not using flux on this side. Okay. So far we're doing really good. Okay. Clean this side out. We're going to take our new charging port. There we go. Our charging port. And we're going to put it in there. Just like that. And we're just going to press it in there. Put a little bit of elbow grease. So our next step, take the charger port, put it in here. And then we're gonna take our alligator clips. We're going to put that there. And we're going to solder it back in. Now before we solder, let's just take some of this solder out of here. Let's clean our soldering iron. And let's go ahead and solder it back together. Take our solder. But yeah, put it close. Take our solder and just put it right there. There we go. That's one end. So we're good. We're doing well so far. Take our other end. Why does it stick on there for? I don't know. But let's just solder that back inside. Take this one, put it in there. Take this end, and I think we soldered it on. Pretty neat job. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. Okay, so it's a pretty neat job. I gotta say, I'm proud of myself. Look at that. Now let's just clean the rest of the flux. Sounds like a curse word. Let's turn off our soldering iron so nobody gets burnt. Let's clean off the rest of this flux. You just need to use alcohol. That's really about it. So there we go. That's we soldered that charger port on. We did it together. Now let's go ahead and reassemble our tablet. Let's of course we have to whoops, there goes our camera ribbon right there. Let's just put that in real quick. Okay, so far so good, I'd say. Alright, let's put this ribbon back. Let's put our where's the camera ribbon? There it goes. Take our camera, put that in. Take our, that's the display ribbon, camera ribbon. Take our headphone jack ribbon. Where is it? There it goes. I think it's tricky sometimes, but it can be done. The Angry Tech can do anything. Anything. Laptops, tablets, computers, phones, whatever you want. Some of these ribbons are a pain. Where's our headphone jack ribbon? It's the most tricky one. Okay, there we go. There we go. That camera back in there. There we go. Let's just put these ribbon cables back in. One. Oh, come on. There we go. So now that we have all of our ribbons inside, let's just go ahead and take our battery and put that in also. And then after we put our battery in, we'll just screw on the rest of it. This battery is very tricky to put in for some apparent odd reason. It just doesn't snap in like, oh, I see what happened. You have to kind of pry out this battery. I have to pry out this piece. For some reason it didn't come off. Which, this is the worst step actually. This battery is the worst. It's the most trickiest battery to take out. It really is. Okay. Let's use our pry tool to pry it out. Look at that. What a pain in the butt. Wow, it broke my pry tool. Look at that. There we go. We have our Phillips screwdriver. Okay. There we go. Take that off. Snap that in there. Well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna test it out first. Let's see if the tablet actually works. Let's see if it actually charges. I get all excited about this tablet. Let's just you know what we're gonna do real quick. This solder right here is this leftover solder. Let's just well, you know what? Forget all that. Let's take our screws and let's screw this up. So let's take our whoop. Take our screws, our screwdriver. I always where did my there it goes. Let's screw this battery in first. Screw that. Whoops. I like these magnets on the screwdriver. Whoever came up with that, it's a genius. Let's screw all these screws back together. So we're gonna screw the battery in real quick. Whoops. Alright, so that's the 4 screws that go in the battery. Next, we are going to screw in our logic board. So let's go ahead and do that. There goes one screw here. One screw there. I've got my bag of screwdrivers here on the side that I used. Screw that there. And we're gonna screw this here. Alright, now this right here, this solder, it pops up a little bit. So I just want to flatten that out real quick because we have to screw on that cover. Is my soldering iron on? Oh no, it's not on. Alright, that's alright. While we wait for it to heat up, we'll screw on some more screws. So, okay, so that's 1, 2. Most of the screws are already screwed on. We just have to wait for our soldering iron to get hot because we have to put our cover back on here. So that way we are good to go. So I just want to just make this a neater soldering job. It looks very neat. I'm impressed myself. Like I said, if your tablet is messed up, your charging port is messed up, if there we go. We just want to flatten that out a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. Now that looks good. See that? That's a what you call a neat soldering job. If your charging port is messed up, if your phone is messed up, if you call me and I'll be sure to fix it. Excuse me. Like I said, subscribe to my channel. Look me up on Facebook. I'm all over the place. Now this part is a little tricky, trying to screw on this cover for the charging port. But like I said, it can be done and it will be done. And I'll see to it. And I never stop until I fix it, basically. I'm very persistent. I don't stop. I keep on. Let's unscrew this and screw it back again. Okay, there we go. Let's screw on this side this time. Okay, there we go. And screw on this side over here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna hope and pray that this works, which I'm pretty sure it does, but you know, a little luck goes a long way. Let's go ahead and take the back of this, snap it in. Wrong way. Excuse me. Snap it in there. Make sure it snaps. Okay, make sure everything snaps in place. Make sure you hear that snap sound. And we're gonna take the back of the tablet, put it in, snap that in place. Thank God you don't have to use a heat gun to take this out like the latest Galaxy phones. It doesn't snap. Alright, here is our tablet assembled and ready. The moment of truth. This is the moment of truth. Now you saw what I did. You saw the work that went into this. Soldering is very tricky. It's difficult. It's not easy to solder. So, are you ready? Let's go ahead. Put it in there. Does it work? Yes, it does. It works. And it charges. Let's wait for the, oh, man. I'm telling you. Nobody's better than the Angry Tech. It does. Let's turn it on. Might have to leave it on the charger for a little while. Let it charge. Let it chill. And that's all. Subscribe to my page. YouTube, Facebook, everything. You saw what I did. I fix tablets. I fix phones. I fix laptops, computers. I do everything. I'm an all-around Angry Tech computer technician, A+ certified. I do it all. So if you want your tablet, phone, laptop fixed, you visit my Facebook, you send me a message, Twitter me, the Angry Tech 1, like this page. I said like this page. Like my YouTube, subscribe to my page, like, comment, do everything, thumbs up, and that's it. Until next time.